the You Can Book Me has worked really great because then they go on there and they schedule a call with me. They've got my calendar and they can schedule something. Because I hate when you email someone, it's like, well, what works for you? Well, they give you 3 times and you're like, oh man, I can't do any of those. It's awkward. So for them to be able to just go, they can see my calendar, they pick the time. It's been a really seamless workflow.
Thank you very much for
Okay.
joining me. Today's guest is Adrielle Ahokas, and she is with the Chameleon Dental, which is in North Carolina in the United States. So, Adrielle, thank you so much for joining us. First of all,
Yes.
tell me a little bit about what Chameleon Dental does.
We are a dental lab. So we're all digital. And the main thing that we focus on is we make implant supported prosthetics. So whether it's one tooth and you need a crown to go over your implant, that's one piece of what we do. But the main thing that we do is called an all on X or full arch. So if you needed full teeth replacement, instead of having a denture that comes in and out, you get 4, 5, 6 implants placed and you get a whole new set of teeth that screws in and that's it. You're done. You don't have to get anything else again. And it's a beautiful new set of teeth.
You have a background in being a dental assistant. Uh,
Hmm.
Tell me how you made that leap from doing that to actually what's a technical kind of implementation type.
Yes, my husband is the dental technician. So
Okay.
when we were young, we met when we were 14 and 15, and we wanted to get married at 18 and 19. And he had no job. He didn't know what he wanted to do. So he ended up getting a job at a dental office. And he started as a dental assistant. But he quickly learned he did not. That's not for him. And he really liked doing the lab work. So later he was able to get in with a lab and learn how to do the lab work. And by that time, he had got me a job as a dental assistant. I love dental assisting. In like 2011, we opened our own lab. I was still dental assisting. That was kind of his baby. He ran the lab. And then in 2018, we sold it and we moved to Spain for a year. Just wanted to experience another country. We had 2 small children. We wanted them to see more of what the world had to offer. And when we came back, it was during COVID and we kind of had lost everything. So in 2020, we were starting over. We were living at my mom's house, trying to figure out what's next. Do we want to stay in dental? Do we want to do something else? My old dentist that I was working for, we got together with them and he kept saying, Adam, everything has turned digital now. And I'm doing digital crowns and those are going great, but these full arches that I do are a disaster. They're tons of appointments, they're frustrating. We're not doing them in a digital way. And I really think that you could learn that. And my husband said, okay. So he went and bought all the equipment without knowing how to do anything. It was the 3D printer, the scanning software, the software to design. And we started with dentures because that's what our old clinic was. He was a denture technician. And we started making those. And then he figured out a way to make the process better, we call it a workflow, and make this product stay completely digital, not go into an analog where you're working with models. And by doing that, it's made the process so much easier. And that's kind of how Chameleon was born.
Why do you love this? Why are you passionate about this? Why are you willing to kind of, you went from one thing and then
Mm.
it, you're living the dream in a way,
So,
but it's the
so
typical
when
entrepreneur's life cycle, isn't it?
as a dental assistant, I got to be with people every day. I got to see people's life stories. I actually got to see when we would get something from the lab and how it would change their smile, how it would give them confidence. I loved that aspect of the job. So when we opened Chameleon, my job became more of the liaison between the dental office and the lab because when I was a dental assistant, I would run into a problem we have, but I don't know what the lab needs. So I just call my husband, hey, what do you need for this? And he'd tell me. So I thought, if that's how I felt, I've been married to this guy for 15 years and a dental assistant for 15 years. That's how everyone else feels too. So I thought, okay, I could be a real asset to the lab and I can kind of advocate for the office.
So tell me, as a business founder and principal in the organization, what kind of keeps you up at night? What worries you in this moment in your business's life cycle?
What always worries me is taking care of our people. That's what worries me the most. Like, we have to do a good job for the dentist to keep them happy so they keep coming back to us so that we can take care of our employees. I would say that's probably what worries me the most.
How do you pick people, and what's your strategy for hiring people? Because you need to ensure that the service and the passion that you've got for your business and for your product,
Hmm.
they also, you have to be able to step back and let them handle it,
Yeah.
right? So how do you
Yeah.
ensure that happens?
Mostly we've hired a bunch of friends, which could be really dangerous to do, but it has worked out amazing. We look at, do we like this person? And I am huge into temperaments and understanding and learning people. So I often will find out what someone's temperament is, and then I kind of know what part of the job they're going to be suited for.
How do you get new customers? How does that work for your head of marketing? What's your main focuses?
Social media. Started that in, I think, like 2021. We did our first commercial. I hired a videographer. We see him once a month. He creates 4 videos for us and we run them. And we're basically trying to teach. So, like I said, I realized being in the dental office, I had so many questions. There was so much I didn't understand that was happening in the lab that I feel like most people in the dental office do that. So, all of our videos are for the dentist, for the dental assistant to help them to make their job easier. Here's what you need to understand. So, we started that. We have, I think, 11,500 followers now for our
Wow.
Instagram, and we do combination of funny videos and educational ones, and that was majority of where all of our new clients come from.
Let's transition a little bit into kind of YouCanBookMe. Why do you use YouCanBookMe? I know that I can see the one of the use cases, but tell me why you use YouCanBookMe and what made you realize, gosh, we need to get them on online scheduling here.
We kind of needed a flow. So like someone sees us on Instagram and then they go, "Oh, I like this." And then they go to our website. Great. Okay, now how can they contact me? I want a really seamless flow for them. And so the You Can Book Me has worked really great because then they go on there and they schedule a call with me. They've got my calendar and they can schedule something because I hate when you email someone and it's like, "Well, what works for you?" Well, they give you 3 times and you're like, "Oh man, I can't do any of those." It's awkward. So for them to be able to just go, they can see my calendar, they pick the time, and then we do our initial conversation, and then I usually onboard them. So it's been a really seamless workflow. The other thing we use it for is we have something called a same day surgery. Let's say you're having this procedure done. On the day of surgery, you need us to do a quick design. So we have our clients schedule those so that we know, okay, today on our schedule, we have 5 same-day surgeries. So we're waiting for those to come in.
And so tell me a little bit about the dentists who are booking with you. You think they appreciate that ability to just go and book you at any time rather than having to wait and call up or?
I think they do because it is, I mean, people can call us. They could just call the office, but 90% come through the You Can Book Me.
Okay, let's go to our lightning round, if you don't mind. Would you rather throw out your phone or your laptop?
My laptop.
Would you rather get a new customer or double your sales to an existing customer?
I mean, holding on to an existing customer and maybe even having them do more would be, that's always better.
Would you rather speak at a huge conference or make a new sale?
I am a people person. I would speak at a conference. I think that's super fun.
I was wondering actually, do you attend conferences? Because you have a very,
Mhm.
you know who you're targeting. You can just go to those conferences. Do you attend them a lot?
We are part of a couple dental conferences we do regularly.
And I think I probably know the answer to this question already because you've already spoken about it. But would you rather work with a team of experts or passionate learners?
Passionate learners. Team of
Great, great.
experts are annoying.
Yes, true, very true. And would you rather be known for product quality or customer service?
I mean, ideally both, but I would say customer service because, I think that's another problem for entrepreneurs is you can strive for perfection, but most people aren't looking for that, right? They'll go to Walmart and buy what's the cheaper option. They just want what's good enough. But I think if you have what's good and you have amazing customer service, I think that's the best. Like that's a great combination.
Well, listen, it's been such a pleasure speaking to you today,
Yes,
Adrielle.
you too.
Thank you
Thank you so
very
much.
much for joining me.